Downton Abbey isn't just packed with drama on screen.
You have a good cry.
Behind the camera, the cast face just as many struggles.
I think the fourth film could open with me in a coffin.
Which actress had to wear a fake bump? Who was terrified of Dame Maggie Smith? And was the Downton set actually cursed? Let's dive into the secrets you never saw at the Crawley dinner table. New chapters. As you might already know, Michelle Dockery, Lady Mary Crawley herself, had a huge reveal at the grand finale premiere in London. She's expecting her first baby with husband Jasper Waller-Bridge. At 43, she lit up the red carpets in a dusty blue gown, proudly showing off her bump.
It certainly feels like a new chapter in many ways for all of us. And and personally for myself, it's a new chapter. I'm very excited.
And how did her on-screen dad, Hugh Bonneville, find out? Michelle often texts me as Papa, and she very sweetly let me know about her bump a few weeks ago. And I'm so thrilled for her and Jasper. Dockery wasn't pregnant during filming, but Joanne Froggatt definitely was. Luckily, the show creator turned her real-life pregnancy into Anna's storyline. Julian Fellows kindly wrote it into our storyline because at this stage I'm quite obvious, so it made more sense. And it was a nice ending for Anna and Bates to have that happening in their future. Finally, joy for the Bateses that had nothing to do with prison or sorrow. But here's the funny part, the actress still had to wear a prosthetic belly.
But actually, because my bump had to stay the same size for continuity while filming, when we started filming I had a bump on top of my bump, and then that gradually got smaller as I grew, and then by the end I was 38 weeks pregnant, so I definitely did not need a bump.
At least she didn't have to spend filming hiding behind oversized teapots or piles of laundry. Joanne gave birth in September 2024, though she's kept details like the date and baby's name private. And let's not forget Laura Carmichael, aka Lady Edith. The actress met her real-life love Michael C. Fox on set back in 2014. And big news, the couple finally tied the knot 4 years after welcoming their son, Luca, in 2021.
I owe a lot to this show. I think so much of my life has been shaped around this show.
So yes, the Downton family keeps growing, both on screen and off. Turns out the biggest plot twist wasn't at the dinner table, but in the nursery. Before we move on, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a deep dive into your favourite shows. Working with a legend. One of the highlights of Downton Abbey was undoubtedly the Dowager Countess, Lady Violet Crawley, brought to life by the incomparable Dame Maggie Smith. With her razor-sharp wit and dry British humour, she could steal any scene just by walking in.
There's nothing simpler than avoiding people you don't like. Avoiding one's friends, that's the real test.
The character was a hit, but Maggie herself, not exactly smitten.
I mean, I've been working around for a very long time before Downton Abbey. And, life was fine. Nobody knew who the hell I was.
And working with her wasn't always easy. Michael C. Fox, who played Andy Parker, the Dowager's footman, recalled some tense moments. Working with Maggie was an extraordinary thing. I was a young actor coming in, and I was a bit of a bag of nerves. At one point, he nearly toppled her while adjusting a cloak, and later accidentally trapped her fingers in a prop. She said, "Okay, can we sort out this business with the purse?" So I said, "Yes, absolutely, Maggie," and then I closed her fingers into the purse. The actor admits he never fully got over the incident, but was pleased she took it in her stride. The world was heartbroken when Maggie passed away last September at 89.
It was a privilege to work with her for such a long time.
I count myself blessed that I was able to call her mummy for 15 years.
And the grand finale is the first film in the franchise without her. But according to Elizabeth McGovern, Smith still made her mark. I felt her spirit was there and we were always referencing her. Drama close to life. Lady Mary's story hit right in the heart when her husband, and the father of her newborn son, died in a shocking car crash. Fans everywhere wept into their pillows, mourning alongside her.
Poor little orphan.
Tragically, life imitated art for Michelle Dockery, who played Mary. She lost her real-life fiancé, John Dineen, a public relations executive she met through her Downton co-star, Alan Leach. Dineen was diagnosed with cancer and passed away after their engagement in 2015. I refer to myself as a widow, yes. We were engaged and married at heart, and so I do consider myself a widow. Michelle admitted the similarity between Mary's arc and her personal loss was staggering. It was just baffling, and still is to me, that my character's storyline was so similar. Afterward, she threw herself into work, finishing the Downton TV series in 2015 and appearing in US dramas like Good Behaviour and Anatomy of a Scandal. However, love found its way back. During the 2019 Rome Film Festival promo for the first Downton Abbey movie, rumours of her relationship with Jasper Waller-Bridge surfaced. The couple tied the knot in 2023 and are now expecting to become parents. From heartbreak to joy, what a beautiful real-life ending after such tragedy.
Yeah, it's over, guys.
The curse on the set. Dan Stevens once revealed that the Downton Abbey cast seemed plagued by accidents. And the spooky part? It all ties back to an Egyptian curse. Here's the deal. Those famous downstairs kitchen scenes weren't filmed at Highclere Castle, but at Elstree Studios. Why? Because the castle's real kitchens had been turned into an exhibition for the 5th Earl of Carnarvon's Egyptian treasures. Yes, the same Earl who uncovered Tutankhamun's tomb and later died under mysterious circumstances, fueling rumours of the pharaoh's curse. And then strange things started happening on set. Zoe Boyle, who played Lavinia Swire, fell while she was getting off a bus and broke her wrist. Laura Carmichael fell at the wrap party and broke her wrist, and Michelle Dockery dropped a knife on her foot while we were shooting and had to go to hospital. So, curse or coincidence? What do you think? Or maybe Downton Abbey just needed a full-time set medic? The costumes. Accuracy in fabric and costumes is of course a major part of filming any historical drama, and designer Anna Robbins made sure every look felt true to the era in the series.
Downton has a distinctive aesthetic and a real authenticity to the costumes, so I wanted to keep that, but further the trends and move the kind of, the fashion forward looks with every episode and every film that we did.
But nailing that authenticity wasn't always easy. Historical advisor Alistair Bruce explained that fitting the men could be tricky, because unlike today's actors with gym memberships, men back then weren't exactly rocking six-packs. Quite a lot of men in those houses were hiding their sexuality. They would not wish to be recognised for making extra effort. So the costume team had to rein in those modern physiques with stiff collars and perfectly tailored suits to make them look period correct. For the women, corsets were the ultimate fashion weapon, but also the ultimate torture device.
And actually looking back, that first series, they were much more restricted. We were corseted. It felt very rigid.
Dame Maggie Smith, of course, wasn't having it. She eventually refused to wear them and somehow got away with it. It's a nightmare for those poor things. They were very, very uncomfortable. You have to learn to wear them. And of course, the girls are not used to it. They were so tight, cast members couldn't even eat in them. And if corsets weren't bad enough, the costumes had another dirty little secret. They didn't get washed regularly. We do stink as they don't wash our costumes. They have these weird patches which are sewn into the armpits and which they wash separately. So while the show looked polished and proper on screen, behind the scenes it smelled a little less aristocratic. And that's it for today. If you like this video, share your thoughts in the comments. And as always, stay awesome.